Hello, and welcome to the Clonestar podcast. I'm your host, Jodi Pickens, and today we're diving into the brand new official Star Trek audio drama, Khan, out now and rolling out in weekly installments wherever you get your audio adventures. At the center of this story is one of Trek's most legendary and controversial figures, Khan Noonien Singh. And stepping into this iconic role is actor Naveen Andrews. You'll know him from unforgettable performances in Lost, The English Patient, Sense8, and The Dropout, roles where he's brought intensity, intelligence, and nuance to the screen. Now, he's bringing that same depth to Khan, in a story that reimagines the man behind the myth and lets us experience Star Trek storytelling in a whole new dimension. I had the chance to sit down with Naveen for a conversation about taking on such an iconic character and what it means to explore Khan in this new medium. Here's that interview. Was created in the 60s as a commentary on power and ambition and control. Do you think this story resonates differently in today's world? And what do you hope modern audiences take away from this audio drama?
Oh, that's a very good question. I mean, unfortunately for all of us, it's more than relevant.
Right.
At this present time. And, you know, we can approach that a number of ways. You know, you could argue, it could be argued, I should say, that 19th century philosophers were advocating the creation of some kind of Superman, I suppose. I'm sure you know who I'm referring to.
Yes.
And that had deleterious effects in the 20th century, both in Russia, Germany, and Japan and Italy.
Right.
And so now, you know, the idea of genetically enhanced super beings is not really so remote, is it? It's
no
touching distance. But what I like about Khan is that he's flawed. Super being he may be, but there seem to be a lot of flaws and contradictions. And the fact that he's capable of romantic longing, love, and I don't know, very human, complex flaws.
Right. Do you think in the audio drama you get to explore that more?
I think so, yes, because especially in his relationship with Marla, because you get to see, apart from the fact that there's, you know, the script allows for certain idiosyncrasies to like come through, the fact that he's able to be self-deprecating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you balance maybe, you know, with Khan looms large in our Trek lore, you know, in the fandom, and especially around Ricardo Montalban's performance. So what was the balance, you know, for you between honoring that legacy and then truly making Khan your, you know, uniquely your own?
Well, obviously, it's always been my task to try and make whatever I do my own, for want of a better term.
Sure.
But I have to say, Ricardo Montalban was my template. What he created, what he put down, allowed me to, like, you know, travel in that direction. So it's totally down to him. And I used that episode from the Star Trek show from the 60s. That's what I used for research for this piece.
Nice. Yeah, that, you know, that's a famous episode to the fandom. So I think fans will appreciate that kind of being your foundation for the character.
My lodestone, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot to work with, true, from that single episode to move the character forward.
Yes, because what he did, because of the kind of actor he is give the character a Shakespearean quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, much as I see certain figures in your history in American politics, say Lyndon Johnson or Richard Nixon, as having Shakespearean qualities.
Right. So with those Shakespearean qualities, it goes back to that, that human flaw aspect, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the midst of great power, autocratic power, it seems like if you look at Lear, is fundamental flaws.
Right. Absolutely. It makes Khan a unique villain.
Yes.
I think in the scheme of villains across, all of literature and plays and whatnot, but I think especially in science fiction.
Yes, because not only is he apparently a man of letters or well-read or genuinely interested in literature and poetry, but he has those dimensions himself.
Right. Do you think his characteristics allow then his relationship with Marla is that a flaw that allows that relationship to blossom, or is it?
If it's a flaw, it's a very attractive one.
Right. Right.
But it makes him human in the best sense, I think. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah. I think it allows for a side of the character we maybe haven't seen before.
That is exactly what I thought, and hopefully that comes through in the podcast.
Yes, I think fans will definitely see that and appreciate it. I think that's, it kind of leads me to my next question for you. But, we frame Khan as such a villain, but many fans see him as a tragic or even sympathetic figure. So I think discovering those aspects of his humanity can be surprising, maybe to you as the voice of the character, but I think it will be to listeners as well.
Oh gosh, I hope so, because I definitely found that, and it makes my job so much easier.
Right, that's the goal, right? That's the ideal for voice acting.
Well, I mean, it's like with any form or medium, whether it's radio, film, or theatre. Hopefully, you want to try and create a good piece of art. If that doesn't happen, because there shouldn't be any other reason other than that.
What about being a part of the Trek universe now? How does that?
The first time I've been like, it's not just you today, but several of these interviews, it's been that phrase has been used. Member of the Star Trek universe. It sounds quite daunting, doesn't it?
I can imagine that it does. Yes.
But I'm certainly not adverse to it.
You're not going to say no to being a part of this world now, right? I get that. I think that's wonderful, and I think the fandom is going to be thrilled to have you as a part of this world.
Oh, good.
Were you a Trekkie before?
Well, again, because I was born in 1969, so I grew up watching the TV show.
Right.
1970s, and even as a kid, even as like 7, 8 years old, I was aware that this was ostensibly a science fiction show that had a moral core, like a core of moral responsibility.
Right. Absolutely.
Which again is what has stayed with me over the decades.
I think that's kind of foundational across the fandom for people who discover Trek. They quickly latch on to that, like you said, that moral compass aspect of it and the philosophical side to the series as a whole.
I mean, it's amazing that that as what's ostensibly a entertainment or a show can have that force and quality
and sustainable.
And yes.
I mean, with Khan, you're playing a character that first came to fruition in like the late 60s. And here we are in 2025, getting a chance to see him again.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? That decade, for some reason, produced, art of such quality, I should say. It's still with us today. And in my opinion, of course, my jaundiced opinion, having been born in 1969, far exceeds in quality a lot of what we have today.
Right. I'm going to ask just, for fun, because like you said, Khan is human inherently at some level, but he's known for his ego, his intensity and, maybe a little bit of dramatic flair at times. But yes. if Khan had social media in the 23rd century, what do you think his posts would look like? And would you follow him?
Well, I think I have to answer your question face on and say that I think he would have eschewed social media completely. Because he would have had other ways of being able to communicate, I feel.
Right.
And, obviously that's informed by me because I don't have any media myself.
Right. No, I think it's an interesting commentary on who he is as a character, isn't it? That he would rather find other ways, maybe more interpersonal ways to communicate with people.
Yes, far more subtle, esoteric, and worthy ways.
Right. Worthy is the right word. I think that, would be in his bio if he had social media, for sure.
If I believe it.
What are you hoping fans learn about Khan from this audio series?
That human flaws aren't necessarily undesirable.
Yeah. That's a strong message for right now.
Yeah, it's what makes us human is what redeems us, if I can be heavy for 1 second.
Absolutely. I wonder if fans will come away from this with a different perspective on the character.
I certainly hope so, because as I said, I felt that Montalban was onto something when he created what he created in that episode. And if I can have carried that little spark or torch a little further along the road, then well and good.
Yes. Well, I believe fans are going to be thrilled with this audio drama series and bringing Khan here to this, the modern era of where we are in Trek. And I really think that you're going to be thrilled to be a part of the fandom, and I welcome you to the Trek world.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I certainly appreciate your time, and I hope we can talk more about Khan again soon.
Likewise, Jodi. Thank you.
And that concludes my conversation with Naveen Andrews about his role as Khan in the new Star Trek audio drama, which is out now and releasing new chapters every week. If you haven't started listening yet, now's the perfect time to jump aboard and follow the journey as it unfolds. If you enjoyed this interview, make sure you subscribe to the Clonestar podcast so you'll be ready for every new episode as it drops. We've got more Trek conversations, reviews, and special guests on the way. Until then, thank you for listening, and as always, live long and prosper.